Welcome to CandleLight Audiobooks. The Secret Misses. Chapter 111. Okay, leave it to me. Luna patted her chest confidently. The more she looked at these two, one big and one small, the more excited she became. Aya, I can't take it anymore. I really want to take photos of the two of you. Come here, stand together, a little closer, hold hands. With each instruction she gave, father and son posed for her very cooperatively. With each photo Luna took, she became more and more addicted, and completely turned into a fangirl. Out on the balcony and in the small garden, she took photos non-stop of the father and son pair. Standing next to her, Theo leaned in closer to take a look and praised her. Well taken. Luna waved her hands modestly. My technical skills are so, plus I'm using a phone. But the two of you are such good models, and the background is also amazing, so all the photos look like magazine shots. By the way, Theo, do you have WeChat? I'll add you and send you all the photos. I've been meaning to say, no one uses SMS anymore nowadays, it's too troublesome. And later, teach little treasure how to use WeChat, too. I do, search for my number. Theo was starting to rejoice that Cleo had forced him to open a WeChat account. What? Your ID is just Theo, that's too boring. Luna teased as she instantly added him as a friend. Theo lifted an eyebrow, and when he instinctively looked at Luna's nickname, he realized that he actually didn't recognize some of the characters in it. Loneliness like never-ending arrows in the void. Why was this nickname so strange? What did it mean? Theo really wanted to ask, but was worried that this was online slang. Asking would expose the generation gap between him and her, like the last time, so he decided to keep silent. After adding each other as friends, Luna sent him all the photos. When Theo received the pictures, he inadvertently noticed Luna's personal signature, by the sword in my hand. I will one day exterminate every last cheating dog in the world. Theo. Only after she had finished sending the photos did Luna realize that Theo was staring at her signature with a complicated expression on his face. She immediately became embarrassed as she explained that, well, I created this signature when I was going through a phase in middle school, and I forgot to change it since. Ridiculous, isn't it? Theo laughed softly, not bad. There was going to be a day when he would become the reason for her to change the signature. And my nickname, it's Martian language, it was quite popular online back then. It looks silly now, but I've gotten used to it, so I haven't bothered changing it. Luna scratched her head as she explained. Not bad, can you help me switch to something similar? Theo requested. Huh? You really think it's not bad? Luna was shocked at Theo's taste. Yes. Theo looked very serious. Then I'll think of something for you. Luna regretted it as soon as she made the promise. She couldn't imagine how his circle of friends on WeChat would react when they saw his nickname changed to one in Martian. That scene would be simply too beautiful. Thank you. Theo hardly ever used WeChat, so after signing in this time, it wasn't long before a lot of messages popped up in the family group chat. It looked like the Goldberg family elders were complaining to their relatives that they hadn't seen their good grandson for so long, because lately, it seemed that their eldest son had a girl he liked, and was actively trying to court her, so they didn't dare disturb him. This wasn't complaining but in fact showing off. Our eldest son finally has a girl he likes. It's a girl. Theo didn't know whether to cry or laugh at his parents' words. Then he simply sent all the photos Luna had just taken to the group. A few seconds later, the whole family group chat exploded. Chapter 112. Everyone's first reaction was, the king of eternal lurking, Theo, had actually showed up in the family group chat. The second reaction was, my God, this father and son pair were simply too much, as if they had stepped out of a magazine. Really wanted to steal little treasure away. Really wanted to marry their daughters into that family. It was only because marriage between relatives was forbidden in contemporary society, that the countless family members who had daughters weren't already beating each other's brains out for the opportunity. Aya, my good grandson is too cute. Aya, my son is too handsome. Madame Goldberg was so excited she didn't know who to praise first. Theo, who picked the clothes for you and little treasure? Was it the girl you like? With one glance, Madame Goldberg could tell that this was not her son's style at all. Yes. I knew it, you would never choose this style. Look at how bright the color is, it looks so good. It's nothing like the dull clothes you wear all the time, and little treasure has to suffer the same dull style too. As expected, this house does need a woman. She also took these photos. Master Goldberg couldn't help asking. Yes. Theo was still a man of few words. Not bad. Master Goldberg was obviously very pleased. Since he was young, Theo hated taking photos, little treasure even more so. So there were very few photos of the two, and even less of them together. Acting in unison, the two elders secretly saved all the photos. Damn, my future sister-in-law is unbelievable. She can actually make you wear this color, and you even let her take photos. I gave you some clothes in a similar color before, and you looked at me so scornfully. You even belittled my taste. This time it was Cleo who spoke. Since Cleo had also joined the chat, calling the other party future sister-in-law, all the aunties couldn't hold it in anymore, and all of them started asking Theo which family's young miss it was. Theo directly replied with 2 words, it's private. Meaning this is my own private affair, no one is allowed to interfere. Just as they were about to pester him for details, all of them no longer dared to act rashly. The Goldberg family clan was massive, and the core person who stood at its helm was Theo. He was like a dragon leader, the brilliance and glory of the Goldberg family, the respect and wealth which they possessed, was all dependent on him. His words could not be doubted, and were like imperial edicts. At the same time, there was someone else in the group who had seen the photos and the chat, Adam. Adam stared hard at the words, was it the girl you like, for a long time, then messaged Luna privately. Luna, did you take photos of Theo and little treasure? Yeah, how'd you know? You saw us. Luna recalled Adam also didn't have any scenes today. Don't tell me this person came running over sneakily. Ha, my uncle posted them in the family group. Everyone is talking about them now. Seeing this, Luna was happy, and she replied quickly, ha ha ha, really? Are they praising my photography skills? Adam was so angry he almost threw his cell phone. Can you focus on the main point? What should I be focusing on? I tell you, just now. Adam wanted to tell her that Theo had admitted himself in the group chat that all the photos had been taken by the girl he likes, but he remembered how he had already told her 3 times in a row, and she still hadn't believed him. He also felt that this evidence wasn't enough, and in the end she might just beat him up again, so he decided to collect irrefutable proof first in order to convince her. Tomorrow we'll be shooting together, don't be late. Adam changed the topic. When have I ever been late? If I remember correctly, it's a kissing scene. If you dare eat garlic or durian before that, you're dead, you hear me? Chapter 113. After dithering for a while, Luna went to look for Theo after dinner. On the quiet balcony, Theo wasn't in a hurry, and just stood there waiting patiently for her response. Luna took a deep breath, turned to the man next to her, and finally said determinedly, Theo, that thing you talked about, I've thought about it. I promise I'll stay for another 3 months, but I really will have to leave after that. Even if there was nothing going on between them, it would be suspicious for an unmarried woman to stay in someone else's house, and would easily create unnecessary misunderstandings. Thank you. Theo breathed a sigh of relief. At the same time, a dark light flashed unnoticed in his eyes. You have filming tomorrow? Theo asked. Luna gave a long sigh and nodded. Yes. Seeing her uncomfortable expression, Theo asked concernedly, what's wrong, is tomorrow's scene very difficult? Luna cradled her chin, leaned against the railing, and said, I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just a kissing scene, but with Adam. I'm really worried that I won't stay in character. What if halfway through acting, I can't take it anymore and I hit him? It could also turn into a blooper. Kissing scene. Theo's eyes narrowed slightly. Even though he knew there would be kissing scenes in the film, he had been painstakingly trying to avoid this issue, for he was worried that he wouldn't be able to control himself from doing something that would make her despise him. At this moment, Luna suddenly thought of something, and patted her head. "Ah, right, Theo, there's something I need to thank you for." "What?" Theo asked a little distractedly. "I just found out that it was second young Master Goldberg who invested the additional amount into the movie, so you were the one who privately instructed that I should be the second female lead, right?" "So, thank you." Luna thanked him sincerely. "I'm glad you don't blame me for doing that. I'm not that ignorant, I know when to be thankful." "You're welcome, it was just convenient." The truth was, he had done it all for her, the one for whom it was convenient was Adam. Luna tried her best to convey what she wanted to say. "Even if it was just convenient, it was a huge gain for me. It's not enough for me to just say thanks. How about next time I'm free, I'll cook for you and little treasure. Normally I'm too lazy to cook for myself, but I'm actually a good cook. If I hadn't entered the entertainment industry, I might have already become a chef." Theo smiled. "I look forward to it." The next day, when Luna arrived at the movie backlit, she saw in the distance a large group of girls near the film set. There was one particularly eye-catching golden head in their midst. With one glance, she knew it was Adam and his female fans. Luna instinctively was about to make a detour, but she didn't expect that just as she was about to slip away, someone in the crowd screamed, "Ah! It's Luna!" In her heart, Luna thought she was done for, and was about to protect her face. She never expected the group of girls to line up in rows, bow, and speak in unison. "We're sorry." After apologizing, the girls all looked at her with stars in their eyes, and talked all at once. "Miss Luna, we're sorry, we misunderstood you. Please don't hate us, you must keep playing the role of Ella Smith." That's right, that's right. Your acting is really amazing, we all love you and my acting together. I played that 10-second scene of you and my on repeat for a whole day at home." Dazed by these girls' actions, Luna looked instinctively at Adam. Chapter 114. Adam was in a good mood as he came over to explain. Didn't director David post a behind-the-scenes clip? It included the bondage scene, which we shot that day. After that, they turned from being your haters into your fans. Really, is everyone so happy to see me being pushed down? So that was it. Fans were infatuated with their stars, but very few wanted to have any interaction with them in real life, since it was too impossible. Hence, films and other media had become channels through which fans could fantasize. If a female star was going to co-star with your male god, your first reaction might be a little jealousy. In particular, if that actress was very terrible, fans would feel that it was unfair to their idol, which would create a mood of huge resistance. But if the opposite was the case, fans would imagine themselves as the person playing opposite their idol, which was the ultimate satisfaction. This was Luna's current situation. Adam, I heard the two of you have a lot of intimate scenes, is that true? Is there a kissing scene?" a fan asked excitedly. Adam raised an eyebrow. "Yes, there's one today." "Aya." Immediately, there was a wave of excited screams. "Can we watch? Can we? The girls created a racket as they asked repeatedly. "Today's scene will be filmed outside, you should be able to see it from the fringes, but at that distance it might not be very clear," Adam replied. No problem, we brought our equipment." The girls took out binoculars, which were a must-have for a fan. Luna was speechless. With so many people watching, the pressure on her was going to be intense. In the lounge, Luna couldn't help asking, "It's a kissing scene, but which one is it?" Because too many things had happened recently, the schedule had changed a lot. She only had a general idea, and hadn't been given specifics. Adam flipped through the script excitedly. It's the one of the Lantern Festival. I asked the director last night. Luna immediately recalled the story. Lantern Festival. Isn't that the scene where Meng Chang'e and Sun Huanqin kiss for the first time? That's right, that's the one. After saying that, Adam approached her warily and sniffed her. Do you remember what I said yesterday? You didn't eat anything you shouldn't have, right? Luna slapped him away. Do I seem like such an unprofessional person? Remember what you just said, otherwise, if you've cheated me, I'll tell the director. Adam stared at her distrustfully. She had played too many tricks on him, he didn't dare lower his guard at all. Luna gave him a haughty look. You're so old already, yet you're still playing at tattling to the teacher. Are you a kid? Adam snorted and turned away. I'm not talking to you anymore. I want to study how to act in this scene. Luna swung his chair around. What do you need to study? Anyway, when the time comes, I'll be the one to force a kiss on you. Now come here, I have something to ask you. Adam. The heck, can't he study how to be forcibly kissed? What do you want to ask? Adam said unhappily. How are they going to deal with Mia's role now? Of course she's going to be replaced. I heard from Brother Ming that she'll be replaced with someone from our glory world. It seems it's a new singer. Her looks are not bad, but she doesn't have any acting experience at all. I don't think she can act well. That's right, have you heard about Mia? What happened to Mia? Luna was confused. What else could it be? The issue became so big that the man's legal wife found out. She got people to strip her on the streets and beat her up, and told her to leave the capital, otherwise next time, she would just kill her straight away. At first, I was still worried what that woman would do to you after being driven into a corner. Now it looks like there's nothing to be worried about. As Adam spoke, he felt that something didn't seem right. Luna, why do I feel that all this is going along too smoothly and too well? At this moment, the director's voice came from outside. Luna, Adam, get your makeup done, the next scene is yours. Chapter 115. At present, night had just fallen and the light was perfect. The props team had already set up the scene, and all the actors were in their places. After changing into his costume, Adam was unexpectedly a little nervous. Although he and Luna had dated before, he hadn't even touched a finger, let alone kiss her. He had never expected that the first time they would kiss wouldn't be when they were in a relationship, but instead while they were acting. He was about to take a deep breath to adjust his mood, but was suddenly hit in the back by a huge force. It was Luna, who was in a smart, tight-fitting costume with her hair up in a high ponytail. Lazily, she put one arm around his shoulders. What's the matter, Blondie? Don't tell me you're nervous. Get lost. Who's nervous? I've shot more kissing scenes than you have eaten rice. Adam pushed her away ill-naturedly, and the shoulder she had been leaning on felt like it was burning. At this moment, David walked over to them anxiously. We can't clear the film site, will the two of you be okay? When filming this kind of scene, the site would sometimes be cleared so that only staff remained, to avoid actors becoming too embarrassed to act well. Luna's face was relaxed as she shrugged. I'm okay. Senior Adam says he has filmed more kissing scenes than I have eaten rice, so it's unnecessary to clear the site. David laughed loudly. Then let's start. After saying that, he comforted the both of them. Because this is the most important kiss in the whole film, I'm going to ask more of you. But after all, both of you are just starting to adapt to each other, so it doesn't matter if you can't do well at first, we'll take it slow. It's fine for you to try it several more times. Hearing the director say they could try several more times, Adam's mouth twitched. He totally didn't feel he was being comforted, instead, his heart beat faster. What the actual hell, it's just a kissing scene. Why is your heart beating so fast? No one realized that above their heads, a few mini HD camera drones were hovering in the sky. Furthermore, less than 100 meters from the film site, a black car was parked quietly on a street corner. In the back seat of the car, multiple frames of the scene were being clearly projected onto a screen. Theo was in a dark-colored suit, his shirt scrupulously buttoned to the top. He braced slender fingers against his forehead, and his dark pupils reflected the light of the screen. He looked silently at the girl who had appeared on the screen after changing into her costume. Beside him, Cleo poked his head out of the car to look around one moment, then watched the screen inside the car the next. He had a bewildered look on his face. "Brother, are you really just going to watch them like this and do nothing at all? Then wouldn't it have been better for you to stay home? Out of sight, out of mind. Isn't this just asking to be tortured?" With that, he stared in dread at his brother's perfect profile in the dim light, and murmured to himself, "If you don't explode in the silence, you'll die in it. Why do I have a bad feeling about this?" After all, he had grown up with Theo, and he understood his personality too well. On the outside, this guy might seem particularly cold, proud and desirous of nothing, when in fact, he was scarily possessive of anything that he had deemed as belonging to his territory. Ever since Luna had shown up, almost all the expressions Theo wore showed his bright and gentle side. But Cleo knew, as long as there was something he wanted, there was nothing he couldn't obtain. This was the patience of a beast on a hunt. This appearance was just a flimsy one. It was hard to say when it would give way with a bang, blasted into bits. Lately, he had been living on tenterhooks. After discovering that Kid had actually dated Luna before, he had sweated a lot for him. For the sake of that boy who was his nephew, he had to find an opportunity later to give him a warning. Otherwise, when the time came, he wouldn't know how he had died. Chapter 116. Filming began. Hawkers selling lanterns or hosting lantern riddles lined the streets, and people bustled about with lanterns in their hands. There was cheerful chatter and laughter everywhere. Eden Miller had been confined in his clinic seeing patients, so Ella had dragged him out. The camera followed the two people. Under the lens, a boy and a girl ran along Chang'an Street, which was ablaze with light. It was an incomparably beautiful scene. This scene didn't have a lot of dialogue, and focused mainly on the scenery and changes in the main character's expressions. Ella was in high spirits. Eden had been reluctant in the beginning, but was eventually infected by the girl's enthusiasm. They walked together in the crowd. After a while, Eden suddenly realized that the girl was still pulling on his hand, so he hurriedly struggled to free himself. Ella held on obstinately, her expression proclaiming that the hand belonged to her. Eden said urgently, "Miss Smith, please behave yourself. Men and women are forbidden to have intimate contact." Ella frowned as she stared at him. "You nerd, if I let go and we're separated, then what? If we get separated, then so be it." Eden was so annoyed and ashamed that he spoke without thinking. "Eden. You." Angry, Ella threw his hand away and ran into the crowd. Seeing the red of her clothes gradually disappear into the crowd, Eden's expression gradually became more anxious. Recently, there had been rumors of a rapist in the capital, and girls from a number of households had already gone missing. It was Southwest chaotic in the street today, and she was just a girl. What if something happened to her? At this moment, Eden only felt concern for Ella, completely forgetting that she was a little devil. Even if she encountered the rapist, he would be the unlucky one. The camera lens began to follow Eden as he searched non-stop for Ella. Just as Eden was about to collapse, someone suddenly patted him from behind on his shoulder. When he turned around, he saw a lively person in a mask standing in front of him, who spoke in a triumphant voice. "Dr. Miller, you were looking for me." Hearing the girl's familiar voice, Eden came alive again with joy, and pulled her into his arms. Eden was always so pedantic and conservative, and it was clear that Ella hadn't expected him to act that way, so she instantly froze. The next scene was when Ella would initiate a kiss with Eden. The fans watching at a distance held their breaths in excitement, and were afraid to make a sound. Just imagining the first kiss between the two people, they knew it would definitely be the most beautiful scene. At the same time, there was a person who was even more afraid to make a sound, and that was Cleo, sitting in the black car. Cleo curled up against the window as far away from his brother as possible, so scared he didn't even dare open his eyes to look. He definitely didn't believe that his brother could watch them without doing anything. Just now, seeing Luna hold Adam's hand, and the image of the two people hugging, the temperature in the car had already plunged to freezing. What would happen when they actually kissed? There wasn't going to be a bloody scene later, was there? Whatever Cleo let himself think, he still couldn't figure out how his brother would stop the scene without making Luna angry. Cleo carefully looked at the screen between his fingers, and saw Luna slowly remove her mask. She looked at Adam with deep affection, reached out to pull Adam down by the neck. Over, it was over. Someone was going to die. As Cleo wailed in his heart, he suddenly saw the lanterns on set go out one by one, as if they were being extinguished by his brother's silently burning rage. What a terrifying sight. Chapter 117. Ah! It's raining, there was a cry from the crowd. Because the lanterns were made of paper, and some of the lotus-shaped ones weren't even covered, they were instantly put out by the rain. Luna, who had been just about to kiss Adam, stopped because of this sudden change, and instinctively covered her head with her hands. Why is it raining? Ouch, it hurts. Why does it seem that it's even hailing? Adam had been so nervous that his heart had nearly stopped beating, but as a result of the abrupt stop to the scene, he almost passed out from lack of air. Damn it. Hasn't there been a drought recently? It hasn't rained for months. And why the hell is it hailing on such a hot day? In the car, Cleo was baffled. Raining? The weather had been fine, how could it be raining? Wait, hearing the thumps on the roof of the car, it seemed like it was even hailing heavily. At this moment, Cleo had a flash of realization. His mouth twitched as he stared speechlessly at his elder brother, who was still as a mountain, and didn't look the least bit surprised. You actually made it rain, brother, you're defying the heavens. And isn't this a little too fierce? It's even hailing. Seeing how filming had been forced to stop, the pressure around Theo retreated like a tide, and his thin lips spit out one cold word, drive. Yes, eldest young master. The driver started the engine, and in the dark, the black car silently left the filming site. David also hadn't expected such a situation to happen, and was very distraught. If the filming earlier had continued, it would definitely have been an incredibly beautiful image. Forget it, nothing good comes easy. Let's call it a day. But don't leave yet, let's have dinner together. Last time we weren't able to have a dinner to welcome Adam, so we must do it today. David said to everyone. The production crew had been suffering a lot of setbacks recently, so this was a good time to mingle and bond with each other. The staff who had been listless because of the sudden change in weather instantly perked up and cheered. Adam gave an unenthusiastic response, he was clearly in a bad mood. Luna threw a towel at him. What kind of expression is that? Are you disappointed that I didn't force a kiss on you? Rubbish, I'm just not happy that I have to act it out with you again. Adam glared at her, then said in a warning tone, don't tell me you're busy again tonight. I'm not, why would I be busy? Luna said as she sent Theo a message out of habit to let him know. Adam sneaked a look at her phone to see the text she was sending, then realized something wasn't right. Luna, why did you change your WeChat nickname? The original, loneliness like never-ending arrows in the void, had been changed to Sugar Luna. Because of Theo, Luna replied. Adam's pupils contracted. Theo made you change it. He told you to change, then you did. You used that nickname for so many years, no matter how much I laughed at you before, you were too lazy to change it. But you actually changed it when he made you do it. Luna looked haughtily at him. Can you not get so worked up? He didn't ask me to change it, okay. Then why did you change it? It's because he didn't make me change it, and he even said my nickname wasn't bad, and wanted me to help think of a similar one for him. Adam. Fuck. His uncle had savage skills in picking up girls. Even this could work. Luna sighed. You know, it's fine for a rough guy like me to use such a shocking name. But he is the CEO of a listed corporation. If I lead him astray with Martian language, wouldn't I be committing too big a sin? So I spent a long time trying to persuade him that Martian language was obsolete, and to prove it, I even changed my own nickname. Chapter 118. Luna was too lazy to type, so she directly sent a voice message. Mr. Goldberg, the production crew is having dinner together tonight. Can you please let Little Treasure know, and tell him not to wait for me to eat? Very quickly, her phone buzzed with Theo's reply, which was also a voice message. Luna opened it and Theo's clear and caring tone came through the phone. Okay, have fun. Luna. Next to her, Adam gloomily said her name. What? You're not just blind, are you deaf too? Don't you think there's something wrong with the way my uncle talks to you? Adam, do you want to get beaten up again? Adam resolutely stayed silent. Hee, Luna, you just wait. By the end of tonight, I'll definitely find evidence to convince you. Convince you. Pearl Hotel. This time, basically all the people in the production came to the dinner party. Even Emma and the others who had had no scenes today came. One after another, everyone welcomed Adam, and the atmosphere in the room was very warm. After 3 rounds of drinks, Amy suddenly picked up a glass of wine and stood up. Luna, I misunderstood you before. This toast is to you, take it as my apology as well as my thanks. You're too kind, Sister Amy. Luna drained the wine in the cup she was holding. All the people cheered. After that, many people came over to drink a toast to Luna, and she didn't refuse any of them, as if they were resolving all hard feelings with wine. Seeing Luna get along well with the people on the crew, Emma smiled slightly with a satisfied expression on her face. Just as I said, there's no way little junior sister can be that kind of person. Towards the end of the meal, suddenly a slender figure knocked at the door and came in. Aya, it's young Master Johnson. Young Master Johnson is here. Brother Liam, why are you here? Seeing him arrive, Emma immediately went to greet him, her face full of surprised happiness. In one corner, a drunk Adam immediately regained his senses. His eyes burned like torches as he glared at the man in the doorway who was wearing a white suit, and displayed a courteous manner. Liam. So that was Liam. The only man it was said that Luna had ever loved. Liam, the perfect boyfriend, would show up every time Emma needed backup. At the moment, Emma held onto his arm, and his face was kind as he said hello to everyone. I invited some friends to eat here, and heard from Emma that all of you were also here. You can order whatever you want and put it on my tab. Everyone cheered. Wow. Young Master Johnson's too rich. It feels like we're always benefiting because of Teacher Ning. Then we'll help ourselves. At this moment, there came a cold snort from the corner. Why should I let you pay for my dinner party? I'll pay for it. This was probably the battle of jealousy between exes. When Liam appeared, Adam hadn't bothered to disguise his hostility. A man was always very sensitive to another man's hostility. From the beginning, Liam had already felt that Adam wasn't very friendly towards him, but he still had a warm smile on his face as he spoke steadily. Since this is a reception banquet for Mr. Jiang, it stands to reason that Mr. Jiang shouldn't be the one to pay for it himself. That's right, let us treat you. You can regard it our duty as hosts, Emma echoed. What duty as hosts? I'm capital born and bred, okay. Why do I need you to perform a duty as the host? As Adam was about to drunkenly blow his top, next to him, Luna subtly gripped his shoulder behind him, and drew close to his ear. Are you retarded? He's a sucker with more money than sense, why wouldn't you use him? Let him pay. Adam's face turned even uglier. Humph, are you sure you're not defending him? He's your ex-boyfriend, after all. Luna raised an eyebrow. Aren't you also my ex-boyfriend? Chapter 119. Luna. Don't change the subject. Hearing this, Adam's mood grew even more sour, and he thought in his heart, even if I'm your ex-boyfriend, can I compare with your brother Liam, who is your childhood friend? You even call out his name when you're dreaming. Luna was helpless. Fine, fine, fine. But I'm not changing the topic. Why does it seem like you're being so noisy because you want to expose my relationship with you, and also with Liam, in front of everyone? When will this guy stop being so childish? Finally, Adam subsided. If you want to pay, go ahead. In the end, Adam simply threw out a perfunctory remark. Liam saw Luna whispering in Adam's ear, and he frowned subtly. Was it his imagination? He had always felt that Luna and Adam's relationship was as more than just colleagues. Noticing that Liam was looking blankly in Luna's direction, Emma shook his arm to draw his attention back, and said in a coquettish voice, "Brother Liam, did you bring the thing I asked for?" Liam came back to himself. "Yes, I did." With that, he passed her a stack of invitation cards, then said to everyone, "Tomorrow is Emma's birthday. I hope everyone can come to her birthday banquet tomorrow evening." "Ah. It's Teacher Brown's birthday tomorrow. I must go." "Teacher Brown's birthday banquet will definitely be a high-class affair. We have to experience it for ourselves." Emma smiled sweetly as she gave out the invitation cards one by one. When she gave one to Luna, she didn't forget to specially say, "Junior sister, you must come." Luna turned the cup around in her hands aimlessly, her face expressionless as she stared at the red invitation. When she was about to give the invitation to Adam, he didn't move. "Don't bother, I'm not going." Hearing this, Emma's face stiffened slightly, but in the next second, it smoothed back into a soft expression as she asked concernedly, "Adam, do you have something on tomorrow? Can you postpone it? I really do hope you can come. Please, please." She had already promised a number of her close friends who liked Adam that she would definitely have him come. There was no way any man could resist a request made by a gorgeous beauty in such a pleading tone. But Adam didn't buy it at all, and his eyes even showed a bit of disdain as he said impatiently, "I can't postpone it, it's also one of my friend's birthday tomorrow." Saying that, he glanced in Luna's direction. Luna took a sip of wine and said nothing. "Ah, what a coincidence. Your friend has the same birthday as me. It must be a very important friend to you. That's really a pity. Once you're done, feel free to come over any time, as our party will run through the night," Emma said considerately. Damn it, if she failed to invite Adam, wouldn't she lose face in front of Southwest many of her close friends? Who on earth was Adam's friend? Not only did they have the same birthday as her, they were also important enough for Adam to turn down her invitation in front of so many people. Wait, the same birthday tomorrow? Bewildered, Emma looked hesitantly in Luna's direction. She suddenly remembered that Luna also shared the same birthday, and it was also tomorrow. Don't tell me the friend Adam was talking about was Luna. Just then, she suddenly remembered something. James Weather had announced that the person who invested the additional funds into the movie was Cleo. Her father had also told her that the other party had surreptitiously arranged with the director to have Luna take the second female lead. Why did Glory World's Cleo want Luna to be the second female lead? If her speculation was correct and Luna and Adam were actually acquainted, then it had to be Adam who had helped Luna out by putting in a good word for her. If that was the case, everything that had happened until now made sense. This Luna, had she seduced Adam? Chapter 120. After Liam left, Adam was still in a bad mood. He slanted Luna a sideways glance and snorted coldly. "That was the guy you were once hopelessly in love with. There's really something wrong with your eyes." Luna glanced at him casually. "I think it's your eyes that aren't working. Out of 10 points, Liam, this type of man can get at least 9 points, okay?" Hearing this, Adam exploded. "Fuck, why is it 9 points, so high? How can he get so many points?" Luna said matter-of-factly, "Because he's a man I once loved." If I say he's bad, wouldn't that mean I'm just smacking myself in the face? And regardless of my bias, there's no denying that he is indeed worth 9 points, objectively speaking. Liam's appearance is not like yours, which blinds people with just one glance. He wins in terms of temperament, and he has a gentle and elegant style. In a fairy tale world, he would be the prince; in ancient times, he would be the son of nobility. A man of unparalleled dignity and elegance. In short, he was the type I liked the most when I was a young girl, the kind that I would fall for at first sight. The fire in Adam's chest burned even hotter. Fuck, Luna, do you still have feelings for him? You're praising him to high heaven. Luna looked askance at him. It's only because I really don't care that I can talk with you about him in such a calm and objective way, all right. Why is your IQ so low? Furthermore, the person she was describing was the lively and perfect teenage boy who lived in her memories, not the current Liam. Sometimes it was because the memory was too perfect that the reality was even more brutal in comparison. It took Adam a long time before he calmed down, and asked in a thick voice. Then how many points would you give me? Luna stroked her chin, and under Adam's nervous gaze, said, 9.9 points. Your face can already get you that many points. After hearing this, Adam was immediately soothed, and he touched his face with a bit of pride. Of course. This brother depends on his face to make a living. But why did you deduct 0.1 point? Luna looked at him like he was an idiot. Do you still need to ask? It was obviously deducted because of your IQ. Adam. Forget it, forget it. He already had a high score of 9.9 points, there was no point arguing with this damn girl. Adam's eyes flickered and he couldn't help asking, then, what about Theo? How many points would you give him? What kind of man do you think he is? Theo. This question was a bit hard for Luna to answer. She thought about it for a long time before she replied, I don't dare grade the big demon king. As for the type of man he is, one way to describe him is that he can be appreciated at a distance, but cannot be played around with. The sea may seem calm on the surface, but you never know how scary the dark currents of the deep ocean can be. This kind of man is unfathomable. If you rashly draw too close to him, you'll probably meet your end at the bottom of the sea. Adam's face softened a lot at her words. So you do still have a little sanity. But... Luna mused again. But what? Adam nervously asked. With her chin in one hand, Luna smiled, but if I die beneath a peony, I'll still be charming as a ghost. Shit. Luna. Ha ha ha, just kidding, don't get so excited. Adam was almost angered to death. I think the wine's loosened your tongue. From the beginning, I already suspected you had designs on Theo. Do you really want to sleep with him? If I die beneath a peony, I'll still be charming as a ghost can also be whimsically translated as if my body should perish, girls I'll still cherish.